Hello, welcome to Active Life with Tammy. In today's video, we are going to be working on stretching out tight shoulders. So if you are a person who does a lot of sitting, possibly at a desk or at a computer, and you find that the shoulders are rounding forward a lot and the shoulders feel tight, or possibly you have sustained an injury in the past in the shoulders, and even though the injury has healed, you're left with some tightness or some limited mobility in the shoulder, then this is the sequence for you. Just be careful, a word of caution for anyone who has recently sustained an injury to the shoulder. We never want to do any stretching or tugging on a shoulder that is injured. So if you have a tear in the shoulder or anything like that, please consult your doctor before you do any of these stretches. This is more for shoulder tightness than it is for shoulder injury. For today, you are going to need a nice sturdy chair to give you some support. Please grab a bottle of water. And if you have a yoga strap, please grab it. You will need it today. If you don't have a strap, no worries. You can grab a belt or a towel, anything like that that you have handy, just to give you a little bit more movement in some of the stretches that we're going to be doing today. All right, for today, we are going to be starting in a standing position. So you are going to come around behind your chair. Go ahead and grab onto that chair with both hands. And we're going to start with a nice easy stretch for the shoulders. So go ahead and ground yourself into both feet, taking the feet about hips distance apart. Relax your knees. Start off with those shoulders rolled out nice and wide. And we're going to start with a nice stretch up with the right arm, breathing in. And exhale, relax that arm down. And just keep in mind, you don't have to be extending up all the way. So when we have shoulder injuries or tightness, it can leave us with limited mobility. So just go with what feels comfortable. And you can stick with doing just one arm at a time if you want to use that other arm for support. Inhaling with our extension, exhaling down. Breathe in. Breathe out. And for anyone who feels pretty solid on their feet here, you can do both arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. This time as we exhale, you're going to draw the arms back, reaching behind. And depending on your shoulder mobility at this point in time, you might choose to just leave the arms separated back here and just roll the shoulders back with the chest. Or you can reach back if that's within your range of motion, lacing the fingers together behind your back. And then breathing in as you pull down, lift the chest and open the front of the shoulders. And you can play with this stretch a little bit if you want to, maybe reaching to one side or the other side. So sometimes we have more mobility in one shoulder than we do the other, a little more tightness on one side than the other. So you can just kind of explore that a little bit here. Start to get a feel for where your body is going to need that stretch and that openness. And then release your arms, and we're going to do shoulder rolls. So you're going to take a breath in, draw the shoulders forward, and then roll up toward your ears. And then exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Again, breathe in and breathe out. And then go the other way. Breathe in, draw the shoulders back, Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. Lift up to your ears and then roll the shoulders forward and down. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. Arms relaxing down by your side. You're going to place your fingertips on the back of your chair. And I am going to move my chair over to the side, but you can stay right where you are with fingers touching the back of the chair. We're going to start walking ourselves back with little baby steps. Walking back so that you still have support with your chair. Little bend in the knees here. Breathe in. And then with your exhale, push back into your hips. Elongate your spine, bringing your upper body as close to being parallel with the ground as you can comfortably get it to come. Going to feel a little stretch, possibly in through the hamstrings, but what we really want to feel is this length and stretch through the shoulders. So nice and long, feel the length come through here. Relax your head between your biceps. And you can little sway side to side here, alternating, bending the knee, lifting the heel, switching sides. And just keep lengthening through the shoulders. And then finally, letting the heels come down toward the ground. And we're going to take right hand off the chair and just a little itty bitty twist as we touch the opposite knee. Not putting any pressure on it, just crossing over. And then lift that arm back up to the chair. Same thing on the other side. Breathe in. And exhale, cross over, tap that knee. Warming up the shoulders side to side. Keep reaching and tapping. Reaching across. One last time. Lovely. Okay, sink down a little deeper. Big stretch through the shoulders. And then we're going to lift the head. Take a little mini step in toward the chair with each foot. Still some length here. And here we're going to drop just the left hand. Take a breath in and you're going to scoop that arm up, palm facing out. And with your exhale, sweeping down and reach underneath your other arm. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Feeling the work in the shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. One more inhale and exhale. And this time I'm going to hold it here and I'm going to reach across like I'm trying to take my fingertips and touch the trellis next to me. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then release that arm down, back to the chair. And let's do that same twist on the other side. So hand falls off the chair. We breathe in, sweep up, palm facing out. And then exhale, sweep down, reach under your other arm. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. And remember, if you're not going through the full motion, that is perfectly okay. So our goal is to build up to that, but maybe we're not there yet today. No worries. That's why we're working on this. Breathe in, breathe out. And this time we're going to hold. We reach under and hold. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, breathe in, breathe out. And we release the arm down. Come back to the back of that chair. Walk ourselves forward. Perfect. And now that we are warmed up, we're going to be able to come to a seated position. So come around, have a seat in your chair. Make sure your water bottle and your strap or belt or towel, whatever it is you grabbed today, is handy. And when we sit down, we're going to walk ourselves away from the back of our chair. We want a little bit of space there. And heel toe, we're going to walk our feet out a little bit wider. Roll the shoulders out wide. Nice big stretch up. And then exhale. Hinging forward, we're going to draw the arms out wide. Palms are going to be facing down toward the floor. And you're going to use your little pinky fingers to draw the arms open and back. Breathe in, sweep in and up with the arms. And exhale, hinge forward. Arms come out. Pinky fingers draw the arms back, hinging forward. So along with our shoulders, we get a little stretch for the hips here as well. Breathe in, hinge forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do one more inhale and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Relax your arms down. You're going to turn yourself so that you are facing the right side of your chair. And in our front foot, our knee's going to come right over our ankle. And the back foot, we're going to walk this foot back until we feel a little stretch here at the front of the hip. This is going to look different for everybody. So some of us are going to be here and we're already going to feel it. Some of us might be able to point the knee down toward the floor. And some of us might even be able to take that leg back a little bit farther. Just work with where you feel comfortable today. And we're going to do a little seated warrior one pose. Okay, find yourself grounded on your chair. You can always hold the back of the chair with the arm that's closest. And then we're going to lift this arm. Maybe you can do both arms. Broaden out the shoulders. And then we're going to do a little twist, stretching the arms out wide, stretching that back leg back a little bit farther. And let's move through those two poses. Warrior one. And then a little twist out. Warrior two. Keep looking past your fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So let's just hold here in Warrior Two, talk about this pose. So Warrior Two is all about this pull in all directions. So feel like your front arm is pulling you forward and your back arm is trying to pull you back, and somehow they balance out right in the center. One arm reaching forward, one arm reaching back with this lovely extension. You feel that in the shoulders. And then also feel like the crown of your head is lifting up toward the sky and your feet are grounding down into the earth. So being pulled in four directions at once and finding yourself balanced right in the center of all that. And then go ahead, relax the arms down. We're going to bend that back knee and we're going to come right through the middle. And let's do that on the opposite side. So turn to face the left side of your chair. And again, in the front, the knee's right over the ankle. In the back, that knee might be forward a little bit. It might be pointing straight down at the ground. You might be able to reach that leg back a little bit. Just work with whatever feels okay for you today. Back hand can rest on the chair if you need it to. Breathe in. And then exhale. We come into our seated Warrior Two, looking past the fingertips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And remember that feeling of being pulled in all directions, reaching forward at the same time reaching back, finding yourself in the center, grounding down into the feet, lifting up through the head. Hold here, feel that extension in the shoulders. Try to hold it here just one more breath. And then relaxing the arms, feel that release in the shoulders, and turning back toward the front. We from here are going to nudge ourselves way over toward the right side of our chair. So we're going to come over far enough that you feel your right cheek hanging right off of the chair. And then we're going to take an extension out with that right leg. A modified gate pose here. So way to do this pose without having to get down on the mat, but still finding that extension through the side body. You're going to take a breath in. Arms are going to stretch out nice and wide. Take a breath in. And with your exhale, we're going to tilt toward this extended leg, maybe tapping it along the side very gently. And other arm is going to reach up, extend, extend. Feel a stretch all along this whole side of your body, including in the shoulder. And then we're going to breathe in a little bit of core strength, lifting us up. And then we're going to tip over the other way. You can grab hold on the side of your chair here for a little support. And then we're going to extend that arm up and reach the opposite way. So feel this long length pushing down with the heel of this foot. And that reach comes all the way through our fingertips on this side. Okay, let's do that again. Breathe in, stretching out nice and wide. And then exhale. Breathe in. And other side. Hand grabs the chair for support. We reach up and then extend over. Feeling that long line from heel to fingertip. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in. And lengthen and stretch. Other side. Use that core to lift you up. Grab the chair. Reach up. And then big extension. Lengthening through the whole side of the body. Breathe in. And exhale, relax the arms down. Okay, go ahead and grab your chair if you need to. Slide that leg back in. And let's scooch right over to the other side of the chair. Okay, again, we're going to come over so that our left cheek comes right off the chair. So make sure you're supported. And we're going to extend that leg out nice and long. Breathe in, arms out wide. And exhale. Tilt toward that leg, just ever so gently touching the leg. Reaching up and over. Breathe in. Use the strength in your core to lift you up. Grab onto the side of that chair. Lengthen up. And then continue that extension in the side body. Make sure you're pushing through the heel of that extended leg and reaching out through the tips of the fingers. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Grab that chair for support. Reach up and over. One more time each way. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and lengthen and extend. Breathe in. Exhale, relax the arms down. Very carefully, bring yourself back to the center of your chair. Walking the feet back in, hips distance apart. And we are going to go into our modification for eagle pose. You're going to start off by crossing your right leg over your left leg. If you have any hip issues and there's a reason you shouldn't be crossing the midline of your body right now, you can always just come down here at the ankles, or you can even just skip it altogether if you don't want to cross here. And you can cross once. You can come a little bit farther, dragging the foot around too, if that's within your practice. If it's not, no worries. We're going to stretch the arms out wide, sitting with shoulders stacked over the hips. and you're going to cross right arm over left. Give yourself a nice big hug here. For some of us, this is enough. You can stop right here. If you want more stretch, we're going to bring the backs of the hands together, or some of us can bring the palms together. And remember, this is not about right or wrong. It's not good or bad. You can't say, oh, I'm really bad at that. No, it's just where your body feels the stretch right now, and you do what's right for that. So where we want to feel it is in the back of this right shoulder blade. So if in the position that you are in right now, you feel that stretch, that's exactly where you want to be. I'm going to take a breath in, and we're going to lift our elbows, and then you're going to exhale, draw your elbows down, round your back, and feel the stretch right across the back shoulder blade. So I don't know about you, but I tend to get a lot of tightness back there into the shoulder blades, and this stretch can be really helpful for working that out. Again, breathe in, breathe out. One more time, inhale and exhale. Breathe in and then exhale. Uncross the arms, uncross the legs if you crossed them, and take a second here to roll out your shoulders. Okay, let's come over to the left side. So start by crossing the left leg over the right. You can cross a little bit more if that's comfortable for you. Maybe it's not. If it's not comfortable, don't do it. Draw the arms out wide. Make sure you're sitting up with your shoulders over your hips. And then exhale, cross, making sure your left arm is on top. Give yourself a hug. And then if you want to feel that stretch a little more in the shoulder blade, we bring the backs of the hands together or the palms, wherever you need to be to feel that little pull in the back of the shoulder blade. Should feel on the opposite side this time. And we breathe in, lift the elbows, and then exhale. Draw the elbows down, roll forward, little spinal stretch in here as well. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and then exhale. Uncross the arms, uncross the legs, roll out the shoulders. Walk your feet out wide and just take a second to stretch that out a little bit. The windshield wiper movement with the legs. And now we're going to do a modified version of cow face pose. Here is where you're going to need your strap or your belt or your towel, whatever you had handy. And again, we're going to begin by crossing the legs. So if you want to skip that part, you can just leave the feet side by side right here. Okay, if you'd like to do this part, we're going to walk one foot a little bit over toward the opposite side and then cross the other leg so that the knees are stacked on top of each other. And then sit up with your shoulders right over your hips. You're going to grab your strap or your belt in your right hand and then take that belt over your right shoulder and you're going to reach back, grab hold of that belt with your opposite hand. Take a breath in And then draw the elbows out wide and walk your hands as close together as they will comfortably come on that strap. Now the strap is for your comfort here, so don't do anything crazy to try to make your fingertips touch. That's not really the point of the exercise. The point of the exercise is to open the shoulders. So even if your fingers are not touching, you can really open here by drawing the elbows out nice and wide, feeling a stretch across the shoulders, across the chest. And when I teach this pose with a live class, I always remind everyone that you should have a look of peace and serenity on your face right now. You don't want to be wincing. You don't want to be looking like you're in pain. If you're doing that, you pushed too far, and that's not the point of this exercise. So we really just want to be using this to regain some of that lost shoulder mobility. So think peaceful, happy thoughts. Breathe deeply. And we don't want to feel pain in the shoulders, but you might feel a little compression. You might feel a little tingling. You might feel a little heat in the shoulders. All those things are perfectly okay. We are using this movement to kind of open up the shoulders and get a fresh little rush of blood and oxygen into the joint, which is helpful. And when you're ready, nice and easy, softly let it go. So the shoulders can sometimes get a little tight, feel like they lock up in that position. So just let it go very gently. Roll out the shoulders. I feel tingling from my shoulders all the way down through the tips of my fingers. So if that's what you're feeling, that's perfectly natural. And then let's do this same pose on the other side. So we uncross the legs on that direction. And if you want to cross the legs here, we walk the right leg over towards the left side of our body. Cross the legs, stacking the knees one on top of each other. And then taking your belt or your strap or your towel, draping it over your left shoulder. Reach back with your right hand. Broaden out the shoulders, draw the elbows back, walk the hands together as close as they comfortably come. Comfortable being the key word there. And then hold here as we deepen the breath. And again, thinking peaceful, happy thoughts. Pain-free, but remember, maybe we're having little heat build up in the shoulders. That's okay. Maybe we feel a little tingling. That's okay too. Let's try holding for a few more breaths. And remember, if you need to take a break and come out of that pose at any time, you always can. Maybe shake it out a little, come back into it if you feel ready. About one more breath. And then gently releasing the arms. And you can just set that belt or towel or strap down by your side, uncross the legs, and roll out the shoulders. You may have noticed with that stretch in particular, there may have been a very dramatic difference in how far you could reach on one side versus the other side. So as we go through life and we get injuries or we do things that cause repetitive stress to one side of our body but not the other, we tend to end up with imbalances, which is a wonderful thing about yoga is really having a practice that shows up what those imbalances are so that we can try to work on that and bring balance back to the body. Perfect. After rolling out the shoulders, relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe stretch out the neck a little bit, moving the head side to side. Walk yourself a little bit farther forward in your chair. Take a breath in and exhale. Reach back. Grab onto the back of your chair with both hands and then pull down. Again, rotating the shoulders out, lifting the chest, little heart opener here. And again, you can play with this a little bit, maybe twisting to one side or the other side. And stretching wherever you feel like your body might be a little bit tight today. Go ahead and walk the feet out a little bit wider. Take a breath in. And then little dips in the shoulders, side to side. Breathing in. And exhale with that little twist, dipping the shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. Little counterbalance to our last couple of stretches. Drawing the shoulders across and forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That just one more time each way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And then exhale. Walk yourself all the way back to the back of your chair. Let your feet rest comfortably on the floor in front of you. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And we're going to let our hands rest comfortably on our thighs just to give our shoulders a little relaxation after all those stretches. Maybe wiggle your toes here. And then relax your feet down into the ground. Nice and comfortable in your chair. Relax your hips. Feel gravity draw your shoulders down away from the head. Relax all the muscles in your face. Relax your cheeks, your jaw. Feel your eyes get heavy. Feel your forehead get nice and smooth. And then go ahead and blink your eyes open and wiggle your fingers and your toes. We're going to wake up those shoulders one last time. Nice big stretch up. Exhale it away. And one more time. Breathe in. And exhale. Hands to the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I hope those shoulders feel great. I hope the chest feels nice and stretched. And I hope the heart feels open and ready to face the rest of the day or relax in for a good night's sleep. Hopefully, I will see you soon. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.